Yo, YouTube, welcome back. Today I want to talk about Tom Aspinall. During the Elite Sport Charles Oliveira fight, or during the build-up, I should say, Tom Aspinall was kind of the heavyweight champion. It kind of got overshadowed by the fight itself. Understandably so. To be fair, it was a hella good fight, hella good event too. Point is, today in this video, I want to talk about who's next for Tom Aspinall. Who should his first opponent be? I may be a little late to this because I'm pretty sure he's already booked with someone. They haven't announced that. It's most likely going to be Ciryl Gane. I mean, let's just be real here. UFC freaking, they glazed Ciryl Gane. They favor this guy so much. I mean, we saw it the last fight he had with Volkov. They gave him the win even though Volkov clearly won. If anything, had they not rawed Volkov, he would have been a clear-cut contender for the title and it would have been a good fight. Even though Tom Aspinall already beat him and submitted him in the first round, I think, in the first fight. So I don't think it would have been that different going into this fight. But regardless, this is what I mean by it's an entertainment sport. I don't know. I think I've said this like in a couple of my last videos. But UFC is no longer a sport. It's an entertainment business. They don't value the sport aspect of this. If they really did, they would have had never let Ciryl Gane win the fight against Volkov. And they would have had Volkov versus Tom too. Because, you know, not technically, he literally did win the fight against Ciryl. But since they're trying to make fresh matchups, which I'm not mad about. Actually, I should even say that because they've been favoring Ciryl Gane. Point I'm trying to make here is I don't care for Ciryl Gane versus Tom Aspinall. I'm sick and tired of seeing this guy being favored over every other fighter in the heavyweight division. He's not even fully committed to the UFC. God knows what he's like filming some type of movie in France, and it's frustrating because it's like, why has it got to be him? Why can't it be anyone else? If we look at the top 10 right now, and I'm gonna whip out my phone because I don't have it memorized. We have for number one, top one, Ciryl Gane. They gave him number one spot after he defeated or beat Volkov. Number two is Volkov. He should be in the number one. It should be the other way around. Sergey Pavlovich, I'm struggling there. Point is, he beat Sergey in the first round to win the interim belt. And he also beat Volkov, so he already beat Curtis Blades, so there's no point of, you know, even talking about him. Jolton Almeida, I think that would be a good fight. I know Tom would win. I don't even think... It's not even like... Bro, you know what the problem is? And I've been hearing a lot of MMA YouTubers talk about this, is that I don't want to jinx this or anything, but Tom Aspinall is just so leagues better than everyone else in the heavyweight division that there's not really a competitive fight. Like, you look at any other division in the UFC, you look at lightweight, right? We have Ilya right now as a champion, and you may think that Justin and Patty are not really, you know, a good matchup for Ilya, and then Ilya will stomp in. But I would argue Arman's a pretty good, decent matchup. Like, he would give Ilya a tough fight, right? Let's look at another division. Middleweight, Dricus Duplessis is going up against Hamza. Hamza is a good clear-cut contender against Dricus, and that's going to be a competitive fight, right? So you look at lots of divisions in the UFC have like clear-cut contenders or contenders that would give the champion, you know, a hard task, a hard time during the fight. If you look at the heavyweight division, that's not really the case. Like, there's not a single fighter in the heavyweight division where you could look at and be like, damn, that guy could give Tom a run for his money. Because I don't see it. Derek Lewis was not deserving of a fight, a title match, not anytime soon anyways. And you could make the argument that if he wins his next fight, which is coming up soon, that he could be, you know, in contention for the title. Because realistically speaking, if you ask me, all the heavyweights are kind of on the same level. Like, the heavyweights are here, Tom Aspinall here. You can maybe argue Ciryl Gane and Volkov are slightly higher, or even Sergey Pavlovich are slightly higher. But, you know what I mean? I would argue Tom's already up here, and I mean, Tai Tuivasa hasn't won a fight in God knows how long. Derek Lewis, even if he wins this fight, he's just not deserving. Who should be next? I don't know. I don't know. It kind of goes against, you know, the title of this video. But as long as the thing is, I just deep down, I don't want it to be Ciryl Gane. I don't, because I'm sick and tired of him being favored by the UFC. But I don't know who else it would be. I would argue that, you know, the most deserving is Volkov, but because, you know, everyone knows that he beat Ciryl Gane, but the problem is he really fought Tom and he lost to Tom in the first round. Like, it wasn't even competitive. The first fight ended in the first round by submission. I guess he could have improved his jiu-jitsu defense, but he could still get knocked out in the first round. Like, there's nothing stopping him from that happening. In my opinion, and this is going to be kind of a hot take, I think Tom Aspinall should fight Jolton Almeida next. I think it's good we see a fresh matchup. I know Ciryl Gane's a bit of a fresh matchup too against Tom Aspinall, but I'm sick and tired of Ciryl Gane. I'm sick and tired of that dude. I'm actually so over him. Got submitted by Jones in the first round, either because he absolutely sucks on the ground, or they just paid him a bag to lose so that they can make John Jones seem like this freaking marauder, even though that guy's a steroid cheating loser. He lost to Francis Ngannou, who had torn an ACL and torn some... Basically, one of his legs was working. He got dominated by freaking I don't want to say dominated, but he lost. Why is this guy being favored over every other heavyweight? And the worst part about it is they robbed Volkov from the win because they favor him for some reason. It's so stupid. It's so irritating. And if we can get Ciryl Gane out of the picture, I'm happy. Let's toss Type to Wolves to see what happens. I mean, who knows? He may get lucky. I want Tom to win though. I want him to stay champion. You know what actually sucks? If Tom Aspinall loses his next fight, fingers fight. Inshallah, he doesn't lose his next fight. If he loses his next fight, I'm quitting. I'm quitting just watching MMA forever. I'm never gonna watch a single fight ever. Alright? I refuse to see him lose. He has to fight Gelatin everybody next. We gotta kick out Ciryl Gane. And it's funny because Tom Aspinall doesn't really care about who he fights. He just wants to get the division moving again, which is sick. That's what we need from a champion. Unlike, I just don't want to see Ciryl Gane anymore. I'm sick and tired of that guy. I think he should fight Gelatin Almeida next. I think he should destroy Gelatin Almeida next. And then I think he should fight freaking, I don't know, someone he hasn't fought yet. And then I think after that, he should fight freaking Shamil the Blob. Shamil the Blob, the GOAT, the greatest of all time. So that Shamil can finally get the belt he deserves. The man, the myth, the legend. I forgot to mention it earlier, by the way. When I was making the comparisons between Tom Aspinall and the other heavyweights, Tom was like right here. The other heavyweights are like right here. Shamil is all the way up there. Shamil cannot be touched. Shamil is the greatest to ever do it. And not a single human being can come even close. He's the champion that hasn't been crowned yet, and he's the legend that hasn't been crowned, the GOAT who hasn't been crowned, and I'm just waiting for that fight so Shamil can claim his title, the one that he deserved to claim years ago, even before he was in the UFC. Anyways, you guys, I know this is kind of this video is all over the place, but you guys let me know, alright? I'm curious, who do you guys think Tom Aspinall should fight next? If any of you guys, and I swear to God, if any of you guys say Ciryl Gane is most deserving to fight next, we're gonna fight. We're gonna scrap. Ciryl Gane is the least deserving. That guy does not deserve to fight for the title. I'm so over him. I'll see you guys next one. Peace.